I know I'll be better if your will be done in me. I am earth. When they see me, I'll remind them that it's only because of you that I am. Only because of you that I am. It's only because of you that I am. It's only because of you that I am. Okay, now the very last minute or two, I want you to go ahead and you don't have to yell, but let your worship just be strong for 1 or 2 more minutes. And then we're going to stop. Go ahead, let it be strong. What He's going to give us is from the throne room of God, is from His heart and His mind tonight. So I want you to worship Him for His mind. Go ahead. Your mind is great, Father. Anything that's going to happen for me is going to come from your mind. I want no parts of this world. I don't want its way and how it moves. I know I got to move through the systems of the earth, and I got to do business plans, and I know I got to do that stuff. I'm going to work through the systems like Daniel. I'm going to work through the systems like Nehemiah. I'm going to work through the systems like Ezekiel. I'll work through the systems like Moses and Abraham and Jesus. But Father, I'm not going to let this system contaminate me. Father, even before I hear anything about any money or about anything about my business further, I'm letting you know that I'm going to be a faithful tither. I'm going to be a faithful giver. I'm going to give to the widow. I'm going to give to the poor. I will not forget where I am. I won't forget what it feels like to struggle. I won't forget what it feels like to live beneath my privileges. I promise, with the help of the Holy Spirit, to reach down and pull other people through and up. In Jesus' name. Come on, y'all. Y'all ain't giving that strong worship I told you to give. You got to give it. Go ahead, lift it. I know, come on. I know it's Monday. But y'all got to lift that voice just for a minute or two. Y'all ain't give it yet. You got to go ahead. Come on, everybody in the room. Go ahead. So I can move on. I'm going to move on, but you got to lift your voice. Come on. Just a little, just a tad bit stronger. You're doing good. Go ahead. You're doing good. Come on. Just a little more. Just a little more. You're doing good, but just a little stronger. Come on. Hallelujah. Come on. Come on, from your heart. From your heart. Come on, doing good, guys. Keep going. Those of you that are online watching, come on, lift your voice in your houses. Come on, those of you that are online that are watching, lift your voice in the car. Come on. You are mighty and you're good. From the fruit of my loins, I promise you, the fruit of my income, I promise to be faithful. I'll worship you in my giving. I promise. I promise. I promise. In Jesus' name, Father, we thank you. Amen. Amen. To all of you that are on the prayer line, I'm going to release you. God bless you. If you want to continue with us, you can join us online on our church page. God bless you. God bless everybody. How you feel? You feel good? Who's tired? Who had a long day at work today? Who didn't go to work today? All right. do this for me. Y'all, some of y'all over here in this back place, y'all come move over here so I can see all your handsome, pretty faces. Y'all might not want to sit this close to me, but it'd be nice. Come closer. Y'all fill up in here. Some of y'all in the back, y'all come up here. Let me see your faces. When y'all sitting so far from me. And y'all so pretty and handsome. Come on, move up. Come on. Move up. Here, save some seats over here. Oh, they found them some closer seats. Good. Good. Good, good, good. Good to see y'all. Thank you for moving up. See you. Who had a tired day today at work? Let me see. I wish I had some coffee for you, but I don't have any. But God bless everybody tonight. I want to take the time, and I'm going to try to navigate. Hey, I see you all saying hello on Facebook. God bless you all tonight. I'm going to take the time, and I maybe I shouldn't sit here. Is it awkward looking to this side? Y'all want me to go in front of y'all? Y'all right? I was here working today. So y'all all right? I can stay right here? Okay, I'm comfortable. But I'd move if you need me to. But I've been here working. Sometimes I'll come to the church and work. Every now and then I'll meet a client or two or whatever here to do some work. But the purpose tonight, when I begin to just sit with Lord, what does this impartation for tonight look like? My immediate thing is like, all right, we gonna wail and we gonna go in. I guess I'm be tired Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from laying hands and all that stuff. And he was like, no, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. My task tonight and the next couple of months is to get you ready for money. It's to get you ready for money that you've never seen before. I almost want to not record because it's going to limit what I can say. But I am going to do it because I know we have, hi everybody that's saying hi online. It will limit what I can say because I have to protect clients. I have to protect my business. And because of the level of, how can I use the word? If you understand, say you understand. All right, good. I'm going to say clearance, but y'all going to think I work for the CIA. So, but I just, you said I probably do. Shh, don't tell. But I want to be as transparent with you as I can. And so what I will say before I start with you is I know what it is to have nothing. I know what it have much. I know what the struggle feels like to be an entrepreneur and all you have is hope or dream. And then I know what it is to do stuff that you didn't even go to school for. And that seems to be the thing that's actually working better than the thing you went to school for. Anybody been there? Right? And so, and then how to submit to that process. That's not always easy to do. This is probably my 20th year as a business owner. Maybe 21 years. I lost count. As a business owner and probably as a real serious entrepreneur, I'm probably somewhere between 15 and I was an entrepreneur before I became a pastor. I was already an entrepreneur before I became a pastor, and so tonight, what my business actually does is help make other people money, really at the end of the day. And so tonight, I wanted when I begin to kind of sit what impartation we needed, it was let them talk to you about what they have in their heart, and you respond to them according to how you see. So I wanted to put a board up. We got to get a board. I miss teaching with a board on Sundays, but I'm gonna get a board because what I wanted to do is draw some of y'all line and show you what your life looked like, and kind of start drawing for you things that were detours, and show you how God gonna let it all work out for your good. I want to do some of that, but I ain't gonna do that today. So for the next about hour and a half or so, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm going to go through as much as I can get done tonight. And what we don't get done tonight, I'll let you know when we're going to do it again. Is that okay? How many people here already have an LLC? Raise your hand. Let me see. It's already registered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'm gonna ask somebody to be my recorder tonight and write down all those entrepreneurs for me and put their name down. And who's gonna be my keeper? Valence Davis got it. Put those hands up for me one more time. All those that have registered. Make sure she get your name. The young lady here, her name is Sharice, just in case you don't know. Oh, you know, okay, good. You got Sister Lissa in the back. You see everybody else. You got everybody? Their arms are getting tired. All right. All right. What's your business? Yeah. Which one is the one that has an LLC? Is already? And yours is catering food, right, too? All right. Your hand was up, Deaconess Yolando? What is your LLC? Real estate. Yours is, okay, and yours is music production. Did I miss anybody whose hand was up? Yours is marketing. Okay. You got everybody? Now, let me say this to everybody else that doesn't have it done yet. Wait, your business, you have an LLC, right? Is it sole proprietorship? Or you just been doing it on your okay. Okay, good. So let me say this to everybody who doesn't have write this down somewhere that who happened? Who else had the hand up? Somebody else? Okay. Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna ask you a question because that's gonna take time. Let me just make it this way. God transfers money through containers, and if you look at what God releases to people as like a shipping company, when we ship, one of my clients, we used to ship to another country, and well, I didn't go pack it, but people packed it, and we'd have to get the container. They have to pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, and then the people would come and get it and take it to the ship, and then they take it to the port, da da da. God kind of works the same way, where in order to transfer wealth from the world, people say that scripture, the wealth of the wicked is what? Laid up for the, right? Now, let me ask you a question. How are you going to get the wealth? They're not giving to you personally, right? Big money doesn't go to individuals. It's tax liabilities and all that kind of stuff to doing that. There's limits on how much you can give a human being by the IRS. Did you know that? There are actually limitations per year that you can give another human being. Who knew that? Right? And so, but when you are a business, that there is no cap to that. So I want you to remove the limitations off your life by, number one, everybody in this room that doesn't have an LLC, a sole proprietorship, or if you're a nonprofit, that in the next, now you got to follow the instruction. You got to follow the instruction. Within 30 days from now, get registered. I said, remember, and who was in church that Sunday before the pandemic? And I got up and I said, I don't even know why I'm telling y'all this, but the Lord said, or I feel in the spirit. I don't know if I used, it was God, but I don't know if it said the Lord said, but it was the Lord. Y'all all need to go open up businesses right now. Who was there in that service when I said it? Put it high so they can see. And I got up and said, And everybody looking at me like you're doing now, because I'm not like sweating and I ain't crying. Ain't no music, ain't no drums, so it don't feel like ooh. Just said it. Right after that, the pandemic came. Like literally, like almost right after that, like maybe a few weeks or months. And one of the big things that happened in the pandemic was there was a lot of wealth transfer to new businesses. People who didn't really have businesses before were getting unbelievable amounts of money in the pandemic. Some because they were able to say, I just started, but now I've been impacted because I couldn't start. Now, how many of y'all didn't obey? Let me see your hand up. Tell the truth. How many of y'all did? Put it high so they can see all the disobedient people. Let me see. So some of them could have broke the back of certain levels of poverty, and you didn't do it. So some people, y'all living in a little penalty right now, or you've been living a little penalty because it took you too long to obey. I'm saying to you today, 30 days. So by 5/23, everybody under the sound of my voice that knows you're called to business, get your stuff registered. If you're not sure how to do it, book an appointment with me. If you're not sure how to do it, go find somebody else to help you do it. If you ain't sure how to do it, just don't hide. Don't go through LegalZoom. What I say? Don't do that. Leave LegalZoom alone. You don't even have to necessarily go to a lawyer unless you already have a lawyer that you work with. So don't miss whatever's about to hit means something else coming, because I felt led to let this be your impartation tonight. All right? So everybody say, I'm creating my container so that God can send money my way. Okay, good. All right, now, how many of you all have a nonprofit? Let me see your hand up real quick. You have one that's registered already? Nobody. Who feels like you're supposed to have a nonprofit? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. What do you feel your nonprofit is, prophetess? Beautiful. You don't have to write the name of it. Just put her name down so I can have some of my nonprofit people. Put nonprofit people. Let me see your hand again. Let me see some of you. Makai's on that list. Deaconess Haney, Elder Shay, Sharice, Stelissa, Nana, Tria, Evangelist Tria. Don't say your name. 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 You weren't supposed to say it. I almost called you Sarah. All right, Sharice, and I think I got everybody, right? Okay. Oh, uh, I'm sorry, Sister Mo, the Elder Mo. I'm sorry, and Elder Destiny, April. Some people online are talking as well, but theirs we can go back to, and you'll be able to see theirs as well. All right, so to all of you that want nonprofits, and maybe I should stand up actually now. Um, who said I should? Production? Oh, don't put this part on camera. ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, so things are different over 35. I'm at 35. Don't act. Y'all think because Prophet Lawrence looked 12, he like 47 years old. Don't let. So, all of you that need that don't have nonprofits, what you need to do, whatever state you're in, Maryland or Delaware, go ahead. Same process, but your filing will be a little different in terms of amount of money. In both in Delaware is going to be considered. They call it a non-stock. You'll see it come listed as that. which just means that there is no stock that someone can buy in your company, things of that nature. So get that registered. Y'all got 30 days to get it done. All right, something's coming. I don't know what it all is. Some of it I'm aware of. So just make sure that you get your stuff done. So make sure that you register your nonprofit. In Delaware is non-stock. Maryland comes up as a nonprofit. I think it says it. But if you see non-stock, that's what that is. It's just a nonprofit. Who here? So you've been doing a sole proprietorship or just doing it underneath your name? All right. So that's. Can I use you as an example? Tag me. Give me $1. You gotta give me $1. Give me $1. I want some money. Yeah, I want some money. Okay, cash at me. She. I- so if I was her consultant, I would say to her, she put herself in a dangerous place, especially for a food business and healthcare. Those are big lawsuits because of all the things you could think about. Something can go bad. Somebody can have allergic reaction. Now, if y'all had it already, don't y'all come trying to sue her. Y'all leave her alone, all right? But no, no, no. But the reality is that it's a danger, especially with food, to not do something as an LLC. And the reason why is when an LLC, a person can't sue you, the individual. They can only sue your company. And so LLC limited liability. So you need to immediately do it, and then tuck everything underneath that, and then there's a level of insurance that we can talk about that you need to get to protect your company in the case someone did have a breakout or in case someone did get sick or something. Um, that then you can, if they ever made a claim, then you would always be protected. They wouldn't come after Faith. They'd go after the juice company. They wouldn't be able to sue you. And I pray you never have any lawsuits. But to make sure that there's a scripture that talks about that being as men in business and making sure that our business is done well and that it's put into order so that for those bad days, for those days that someone will try to attack your business or attack your stuff, that you're always covered. So like move quickly, and if you need help, I'll help you through it. The other cool thing about her, and I'm using her because she has something that is concrete and it's food, so I'll use it, and then I'll do a lot of Q&A as much as I can. But so for her business, one of the things, if it was mine, the other thing I would do is, and I just had it and I lost it. Let's see. Oh, it makes it when you have an LLC, and this is for everybody that has one. You getting money, you should never really do business off your own money if you can help it. But I know at the beginning you got to, because like you're gonna go get your stuff in 30 days. That will be your money. There are a few other things that you will do that what will be your money, and so. But say she wanted to uh, start renting out a kitchen, or she wanted to do that 3 times a month and rent out, get a place maybe in her garage. She wants to get the proper refrigeration to keep it frozen that it doesn't lose. It may need to be at a certain temperature to freeze just enough to not go bad. I don't know. I'm making that up. I don't know about this stuff. Not about juicing. So, but I say that to say that she needed $6,000 to do all of that, and she can go, like sometimes people think go to a bank. Banks are not always the greatest lending institutions for certain things. It's good to be a part of a credit union, lower rates, usually get a lot better little change from it. But then you have like factoring companies, where you can, they'll lend you money. So I had a client recently. I told them when I started with them, I said I need you to go get like $300,000 if you want me to do this project, and you need whatever. And that wasn't all going to me. That was me telling them you need some of their money for me, and then that some of that other money need to go to your project. And so I introduced them to, and I have a guy that's pretty good. That if you need help with that, and I have a few companies that I've done business with or know or have done some level of conversation with that I can suggest to you. But I sent them to my one of my guys, and long story short, he had some challenges that I won't talk about, and as a result of those challenges, it was hard to work the deal. And so then my guy called me back and he was like, listen, I have another deal that I can give him. I can get him like 150 to 200,000, stretching Jason. I could probably get this for him. And what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll refinance this later. Da 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 da. And you'd be surprised. You you can't ask people for money and be afraid of money, right? Hear what I'm saying? You can't ask people for all this money and be afraid to make the deal and to pull the deal. So even with interest rates and stuff, you'll see. I don't want you to be afraid all the time. Like, be wise, be smart, have a plan to pay stuff off, all that kind of stuff. You should do that, but I don't want you to be afraid. You can't ask somebody for $300,000 and they tell you that you got to pay it off in 8 months or 10 months, because some money is short money, right? If you go into a place and you say, give me $50,000, I just need it for 7 months, or I just need it for 3 weeks. It just depends on your circumstance. But you can't ask people for a lot of less money and be afraid of money. And that money is not for you to go on vacations. It's not for you to do that kind of stuff. Now, if you talk to me, I would tell you pay yourself first, but we talk then you can go on vacation. But and you should pay yourself first. That's another conversation for another day. But I say that to say that when it comes to expanding stuff, don't use your own money. There's a lot of companies that will assist you in getting what you need. To the nonprofit people, one of the challenges for nonprofit world is you got to show proof of product. You got to, and what I mean by that, proof that other people trust you with stuff, right? So right now I was working on Zoom with a client today, and there's a grant out for like maybe 102 million, 120 million dollars something, and they want some of that money, and so and then there's another one I got to talk about, but there's another grant that is like 20 million, and then they like giving out like 350,000 per organization if they want it. So we were in a meeting today, and but even with that, they have never received funding. So now I got to be very creative to hire. And they don't have a full staff yet, so I have to hire strong staff to show we may not have done this yet, but I have enough strong staff who has the experience to do it. So there's this leverage, kind of like this idea of leveraging that you got to do when you're a nonprofit agency. The truth of the matter is, you're going to work hard on both businesses, whether you're nonprofit or if you're for profit. So there's no easy way, right? You're going to make sacrifices. There's no easy way. There's no easy way. There's no like real shortcut. So I don't want some of you that are afraid of hard work, you shouldn't get into business. Some people here, you might not really be an entrepreneur. You might be a business owner. I'll tell you the difference because I'm sure somebody may not know. Sometimes a business owner can be someone who's still at their job working. They're 9 to 5 and they have a business that they do on the side. That might be your capacity or your capacity right now. And everybody say that's all right. Turn to your friend next to you and say, that's all right. That's all right. That's your capacity right now, right? There's nothing wrong with being a business owner, right? You can do that, right? As long as it's good and legal and all that kind of stuff, go ahead. But then there are some people who are entrepreneurs or serial entrepreneurs who that deals with another level of chance. Like that deals with like, man, I think I'm going to have to put my house up. I think I'm going to have to take 100,000 K out of my house. I think I'm going to have to get a second mortgage so I can go buy this apartment building. Which you may not have to do stuff like that if you hire me, but or you hire someone like me. You don't have to be me. But if you hire me or work with a factoring company, you may not have to. I say that to say this: try to through this journey find out what you are, and don't be intimidated by being honest. To say, I'm not ready for entrepreneurship. If you already wake up very late in the day and your day don't start till 6 p.m., you might not be okay. No, I'm just being honest because I'm trying to prepare you for what's about to come. If you like, man, I ain't good until midday. I'm not good till 3 o'clock. I wouldn't say you couldn't be an entrepreneur, but I would say this: maybe what you do needs to be something that works while you sleep. Yeah, but you got to work really hard to get to that. So for example, you might sell something like to someone that does a cosmetic company or things like that. You might be a person that your stuff is on Amazon, and so say maybe you stayed up all night loading all your stuff. Say you got 20 products on there. You already did all your posts and you scheduled them to come up at a certain time. So like your day is working. Like so when you wake up, you know the post came at 8 a.m. One came at 11. One came at 12. The hot sale. There's a flash sale from 12 to 1:30, and you know it's going while you're sleeping. Your stuff is working, and people are buying or purchasing. Then wake up at 3 o'clock. But if you know that you have you're a person that doesn't do well in the morning time, then you should definitely you got to find what works. And I'm not gonna some people just not morning people, and nothing wrong with that. But you have to make sure that you work your stuff around your real personality and don't try to be somebody or something even in business that you are not. It will be your downfall, I'm telling you. And if you are a morning person, right, and you do really well in the morning, what you might really want to consider is making sure that what you do, that you don't get distracted by the stuff around you. Like, anybody who's easily distracted. Let me see. Like, be honest. Let me see easily distracted people, right? Like, it could be like a bug and a bug into the window, and then like for the next 3 days, like the next hour, you're just like, how did he get in there, and why he buzzing? I wonder where his family at. Oh man, and should I let him out? And so you've missed 3 hours worrying about the bug and how they got in the window and how smart they are, and you didn't call 7 people to talk about the bug. Who's that bad? Be honest. Okay, who's close? Let me see. Right? So I got a few people that raised their hands. So I just want you really literally probably I do better with a TV on with no sound. I just need pictures. I actually think and I'm not being funny. It's gonna sound funny, but I really think I have late onset ADD or ADHD, and I'm just undiagnosed. I think I have a little touch. And I probably think I need like 2 pills, but I just didn't get see y'all laughing, but I think I really something ain't right because it ain't too late for help, right? But but it's just as I've gotten older, it's just or maybe I'm just old and exhausted, but one or the other. But I realize that the pictures are nice, and so I don't want to hear it. I just want to know that it's there, and I actually that's a better working environment for me. And it's not even that I'm always looking at it. I just like that the screen is on. You got to find your conditions that work for you the best. All right. Um, so I all of that goes to this that over the next I'm gonna give you another project in a month. Project right now is to get your incorporation, and I know that especially for those of you that do that want nonprofits, when you get to time, everybody's gonna need to get an EIN number too. Put that down. You're going to need an EIN number. But this is what I'm going to tell you. Those of you that want to do nonprofits, when you get to the point that you got to get your EIN number online, don't do it by yourself. Call me. Call me to help you to do it. Or Kim should remember how to do it. Or Ashley just did one. I'm sorry, Deacon is Ashley, Deacon is Kim. They just did it. So I showed them how to do it, so maybe they can even. Do y'all feel confident enough to help them? She said no. You said yes. Miss Kim says she got y'all. So you can give her a call, and she'll walk you through. If you can't get me, she will help you. Because it gets a little. There's 2 questions that can throw somebody off, and I have clients that have wanted to be cheap, and they didn't want to pay me for stuff. It is I'll do this part, and it always they usually mess it up, and then I have to either wait 30 days, 45 days, or a year or 2 or 3 for them to finally fix it. I'm like, you should just gave it to me, and it makes a big mess because you gotta write a letter and mail it to the IRS for them to change it or close it. It's a mess. So I don't want you to give yourself additional work. All right. The other thing I want you to do in 30 days is I don't think I'm business plans are extensive. I'm not gonna. I'll take some time and do some business plan stuff with you, but I at least want you to put it on paper and outline it, right? I at least want you to say, I have a trick that I like to do with stuff, and you may hear this somewhere else too, but this is my thing. I don't think I've ever heard anybody really say it for real. But so like I just had to do do some business planning foolery for somebody. It was a little bit of foolery, but I had to still do some stuff. But what I like to do is I'm in year one, so we're all in year one. I go to year five. Where do I want this to be? And the fifth year, where do I want my grass cutting business? Where do I want my landscaping business? Where do I want to be in 5 years? And so I list what I want to have in equipment. I'll list what kind of dollar amount I want to be at. I'll list that, and then I'll back up the next year. So I want this. What do I need to do in year four to get to that? Right? And then I go to year four, and then I go back up again to year three. So in order to do the year four and five, what do I need to do year three? What do I need to do year two? And then I come back to year one, and then I like, okay, so I know I got to do the legal paperwork stuff that I'm telling you, and then um, I gotta like, oh, I gotta start getting social media networking. I gotta start actually cutting grasses. I may have to offer some coupons year one for 10% off or a special or rainy day special cut grass, whatever that would look like in year one to be able to build clientele. So I want you to do what you just heard me say and practice on yourself, right? So outline it. So I'll use your ministry, and I'll take somebody from here. Anybody over here lifted their hand earlier? Okay, what do you want to do? Real estate. I'll use real estate. I'll use a ministry. What do you do? What do you want to do? Cosmetic line. All right. Black private label, or you're making all your stuff by hand? Okay. Well, I'll actually later who use them. They don't want to tell everybody. All right. You have your own stuff on it or your own packaging. You brought anything with you? Okay. This you haven't sold anything yet. Okay. All right. So, and so for everybody, private label is. Did everybody know what private label is? You use another company who already does it, and you will. Oh, you're gonna give me screens? Okay. Oh, you can pull up websites and stuff for me too. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, we're fancy. All right, good, good, good. Let me know you're ready. So, so private label would be like for makeup specifically, and you do this for there are a few other companies that do it for more than just makeup. They do it for other things. You can do it for like if I wanted to do my line of furniture, if I want to do my line of baked goods. There's a cake that everybody sees, and you're gonna laugh when I say it. That you'll see in BJ's, you'll see in Costco, maybe you'll see inside your local grocery store. It's like a yellow, it's a white, it's a strawberry shortcake, and it looks like a rectangle. Anybody's ever seen it? And it's like strawberry, yellow cake, and white cream on. Have you? Anybody ever seen it? It's probably the same company making it, but they're selling it to each of the distributors packaged for them. So that's kind of like private label that there's a company, and I actually have like a few cosmetic people who I've worked with before. So I'm just a little familiar with it, where she can have a whole line of makeup, face care, skin care, and she can go through a private label company, and she can have her labels, her own labels, and she can sit there and put them on herself, and some of them might put it on for you if depending on the company, because there's some that do that. And by the time it hit and she got it on there, all she's responsible now for her is putting up people with the makeup on, showing it because they've done all the work. So that's why I asked the difference, because I know Halissa and Elder Mo, they actually make cosmetics from scratch. Did y'all know that? They make scrubs, salt scrubs, and all that soaps and things. So and lotions, and she got even something that got a little bit of CBD in it. So, so and it worked. And somebody stole my So I had this cream. She gave me a tester thing, and I didn't use the CBD one because I you'd be tempted to lick it, and so somebody took the because it'd be the CBD. All right, so then So I had so I had it for a while, and somebody came to visit me, and they was like, "Ooh, my shoulder," and they didn't know I had it, and I gave it to them, and I never got it back, and so they was like, "It really, really works." So saying that to say that, um, sh- in making your own but she could say, "I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna do private label, save me some time, and you can choose packaging sometimes with private label." Right? So since I spent so much time on this, what I would say to you, with even private label stuff, there's so many people doing cosmetic stuff right now, and so what you're gonna really have to do is you're gonna have to really highlight your why, like why your company, why should we buy you, and most people, especially females, when they get used to a product, they're not really interested in trying a whole lot of nothing else. They would be okay with a color change, like a new lipstick color if it's bold and things and things. Right? Am I talking right, ladies? Is that right? But they're not really trying to mess with a whole lot of foundations and put new skincare. Now, some people will. Now, some makeup junkies, like she said, wouldn't mind. But when it comes to like certain things, I it's gonna be color driven, and it's gonna be if you can show that my stuff works good with people of color, right? Um, then you'll do well. But I would suggest to you, because so many people have damaged a lot of their skin, one of the things as a makeup company that I would suggest to you, you got to get you a good cleanser. I would add on some wipes to that. I would add on some things to moisturize skin. I wouldn't just focus on makeup. I would things to replenish skin and things of that nature, because on a nice makeup bag that like it needs to look almost a little high end, so that it can be something that will draw. And I think right out the gate, don't put nothing on sale. Right? That's one of the worst things you can do. Don't put nothing on sale for a while. So be careful how you do your marketing, your price points, things of that nature, so that you won't get all this inventory, and then you wind up having to. Oh man, I almost felt like going up for a second. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't pay me no. But I almost, y'all. I could leave y'all sometimes, and we have to come on back. But but you want to just be careful on how you do that. And then the other thing I would do is um, get you a strong website, not a lot of colors. The standard color for makeup, for makeup, for skincare is black and white, and you can add on. And so like be careful about being too loud. The only thing I would be loud about is if you can get loud packaging, that'd be fine. With cool colors, bold stuff, that'd be fine. But let your website stick to black, white, and maybe one other color that would pop. Right? I don't know what it is that what you thought about, but I want you to look at. Oh man, I feel. I don't know what's going. Come on down. Stop. So, but you know this company called Fresh. Yeah. While I'm talking to you, Fresh came up. So I want you to. I really want you to study their brand. I'm telling y'all, I know I'll be making y'all laugh, but I have to sometimes tell myself, you just come on, just stay down here. But while I'm talking to you, Fresh come up. Now, a lot of people don't know Fresh, but I saw Fresh come up. So what I want you to do is pay attention to how they're advertising and what they're pushing. And before you even put your website up, plan your year for what you want to go up on your site, so that when you get people like Jalen, Minister Jalen, who has his background is marketing. He does social media marketing, the nature. She does marketing, but from another avenue, another vein. And so when you get to these people, you can show them your year worth of what you're going to launch, what's your fall sense. Man, God, Lord, please, like, but when so that I know that sounds crazy. I'm just trying to really for real, y'all. I want you to think about your scents for the fall, your colors for this fall, and I want you to get into candles. I don't tell people that often, but there's something with you and candles that need to happen. So just be, but go a little higher in than what you were gonna do. You. I don't want you to just be careful that there's a little higher in that you need to kind of have a look. Does that make sense? What's your ministry, Prophet Haney? Tell me a little bit about it. Okay. Mm. I have a question while you're looking. You want to, what's more important to you? And don't, this may sound like a trick question. No, I won't ask it that way. Do you want to make money or you just want to help people? Which one? Which one makes you smile more? Okay. This is what I would say. I this has to be housing driven. If you do this with like the tricky thing to this kind of stuff is um women are the worst. And I'm sorry y'all. I'm talking about from a social, I'm talking about from a mental health point of view. A lot of centers they don't want to work with, I know most people want to work with men more than women. Like when they open group homes, houses, DV shelters, they don't really want, they like the women. No, but the women are your, I get it. I get it. So which one you want to do first? Okay, good. There's and I reason I asked a question about that because there's a lot of money. The one that I'm doing for the people right now, you really could take and do it for you. It's a grant on and I'm gonna give y'all some little homework too on this stuff that I'm saying. Everybody write down grants.gov. Write that down. Um, Man, I think I got a plan for your business, Faith. Just now when I said that. Grants.gov. Yeah. Everybody in this room within 30 days, you need to register there. Then um you need to register there. Then you need to also do the SAMS number. SAM. SAMS number. Get a SAMS number. Anybody here has a SAMS number? No, 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 not that one. Yeah, no, that's a good question. No, that's good. That was a good question. Sam is Sam. No, Uncle Sam actually has a number, right? So there's the Sam's number. You can't get federal money without a Sam's number. So you register at grants.gov, then you're gonna get a Sam's number, and get your Sam's. Now, be care. Make sure that you're going to .gov sites for your Sam's number. Don't let nobody duke you. Go to these strange sites. Make sure you're being clear that it is U.S. government site. And then you're gonna do something else. You also need a Dunn and Broad Street number. Don't pay for it. Do it. You can do this yourself. And then some other things later, they're gonna try to offer you, make you pay, and all that kind of. We can talk to that later. A Dunn and Brad Duns, Duns. Oh, you have one? Okay, good. Oh, maybe you can. Oh, I'll like. Come on, help me. Come on. Duns, Duns, and Brad Street. If y'all can pull that up online for me, you can show it to them for me. They call it a DUNS number, DUNS, DUNS. So these are things that in the next 30 days I want you to do. Next time we sit and have any conversation, I'm gonna make sure that it's right after this 30 days, okay? So that you can, you're done or close to right after the 30 days. Um, but a DUNS number, a SAMS number, these are numbers that you will need to be able to do business at certain levels. Um, and Dunn's a Dun and Bradstreet. EIN is like your social security for your business. A Dunn's number is like your it's kind of like a social security number for your business, but it pulls credit. So say you want to apply for something, yes, for business. So if you wanted to pull $1 million to buy properties, and they may say, "What's your Dun and Broad Street number?" And you'll give it to them. And some people don't like. I have churches can have them. So on the church side, we've had one, and I don't know if the Furlow group, because I've never really did a lot of. I've not borrowed from. Well, yeah, I did one time, but I didn't go through any type of thing like that where I borrowed twice. I didn't go through Broad Street to do any of that stuff. But no one asked for it at the time. I wouldn't ask. But it's good to have. The things that I should have done when I started is the stuff that I'm telling you to do now, so that you never have any, because it does come up every now and then. I'll see it. So I don't want you to be intimidated by those processes if it ever happens. So get all those numbers. So back to what I'm gonna say. So the money And the money for housing is unbelievable for DV shelters. The money for men coming out of prison, unbelievable. Women come, it's just nasty money. That one I saw today was 102 or 120 million dollars. And the top, I think the most they were willing to give one organization was like 20 million. So it's not that money isn't there. I go back to my thing. When you read the list, it tells you all the types of organizations they will give it to, and everything requires a reciprocal, right? So if y'all can pull up who's working, who's gonna? Oh, it's over there. Okay, so that's it done. Y'all see that? Type up there for me. Go to go to grants.gov real quick. I just want to show everybody this, and this is really for you, but I'm gonna show everybody. Can I come up here? Let me show you how fancy your church is. Ooh, everybody make noise. Ooh, all right. All right. So, y'all ain't know that could do that. All right. Y'all knew that could happen? We fancy, right? Come on. All right. All right. So go to search grants. Now we need touchscreen. type in homeless under keywords. Is this helpful so far? A little bit? All right. Those of you that are not getting any help, I'll help you in a little bit. Hold on. All right. All right. Can you? I'm a. Hold on. You didn't press search. Must be yet. Hit search. Cause that wouldn't be the first. What happened? How soon would you be willing to start? If I can get you open this year, would you do it? All right. All right. You press search already? Search isn't clicking. Oh, here it is because it's already here. Okay, come up. All right. Don't judge me. My computer. Okay, stop. Come down just a little bit. All right. All right. I want you to open this. This is what I got to work on for a client. Open this and open this. You might have to do them both at one time. I just come up. Man, Father, what is going on? Man. It is like, no, I mean, yeah, for real. Y'all got to chill. All right, so stop for a minute. All right. Come down. So I've been monitoring. I was, well, not real monitoring, but I was a little bit, so I was able to say it to my client. So a few months ago, I had to look. I was online doing some research, and I found this, and I said to my client, I said, "There's something coming out that you can use, but you have to wait until Can y'all close the door for me? Close the door for me. You have to wait until it's released. It wasn't released yet. They released it April 4th, your birthday, right? And so, um, this is and y'all can see, like, I won't go through all of these things and all that kind of stuff, but they're willing to give 72 grants away. It's a grant. A grant is something you don't have to pay back, and it has to be. It has the date of the deadline is June 7th. 18,250,000 is the ceiling. The least you can ask for is 50,000. Come up some, and this is where you're going to register, right? So they'll send you updates. You'll create a profile for your business. This is for LLCs. This is for profits, any kind of for profit. Maybe not sole proprietorships, but they do grants. They have a few other things too that might be helpful. Who can apply? Nonprofits who don't have 501c3s, which those of you nonprofit people will get to that later. Don't worry about that right now. I just want to get you to pass step one because you do need one. If you're Native American, if you have a 501 is the IRS's statement that basically just says that you are a nonprofit, and it's like, and it's a blank check. It basically just says if you give to Table Inc. which takes care of blah 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 blah. Um, Whatever you give them, we will give you a write-off. That's what it is. A church is automatically nonprofit, but but a church can get a 501 as well. So you would be a nonprofit with a 501c3. You always want to get it because it limits you when you don't. Um, Outside of federal funding, you would be limited because everybody else is gonna require it from you, right? Public housing authorities. So here, so now what I have to do for one of my clients is I'm applying for this for them. They only have an LLC, so what do I have to do? Go create a what? All right, good. So I'm gonna do that over the next couple days. And so here we go. If you're eligible, not y'all think I think I'm doing it too, right? And networks, da 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 blah. Okay, for profits are not eligible. You always got to refine print here. Come on, let's go up. It's through the administration, and I'm gonna keep doing it, so don't even pay. I can't help it. But the basic program, temporarily shelter and counseling services for youth who have left home without permission to their parents or guardians, have forced blah mental health, under 18. Now this is not your population unless you wanted to do something with children, but I'm giving y'all the concept of some of this. Um, Additional services may include street-based services, so going out into, say, if it was Wilmington, or going out finding out who is homeless, home-based services for family with youth at risk, separation for family, drug abuse education and prevention services, and the request of runaway and homeless youth testing for STDs. Come up real quick and put you there. Go back again because I want to pull out the other one. And this is helping everybody, but I'm using this because specifically, click this one for, because this is some of the stuff I got to work on soon. Come on up. Also released the same date. It is a grant. Um, it's 68 awards that they're willing to do. 17 million. The most that they can ask for is 250. The least you can ask for is 100. Let's read the fine print and see who can, who cannot. Once again, LLCs cannot. LLC. If you're a for-profit business, you can't. They're part of juvenile justice. For-profit organizations are not eligible. Sometimes they are. Go up. Let's see. A stable, safe shelter for one or home use, which is interesting because this can still just, you can say I want to just deal with just young ladies because they could be running from rape, they can be running from domestic violence. They do have stuff for just that, but I wouldn't get away. I wouldn't run away from this too much. Um, Self-sufficiency and stable, independent living through the provision of shelters, array, da 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 da. And so this is not awful. This is not awful. This doesn't take away, for example, that you say you want to do it in Dover. That doesn't take away that you have to get a local license to operate. This is just saying we're gonna give you the money to be able to assist you in operating. I'm gonna tell everybody out loud. I don't care if somebody walks up to your program, your business today and give you $2 million. You never stop looking for money. You never. You can take a little break. Somebody gave you $2 million. $2 million ain't no money, y'all. I'm telling y'all, $2 million ain't no money. I know it sound like money. I know it do, but that ain't no money. When you have to take care of the things that your business really needs, it's really no real money. That little $17 million. You know what real money start looking like to me? When you get over like the 5, 6, $7 million mark, then we talking about something that's feel good. But like 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, ain't no real. Let's get 5 and above, and then we maybe can start and scratch the surface. So you got to give yourself. That's why it's good to know what this fifth year look like, so I can know what my first year will look like. All right. So I would say, I'll go back again. That you definitely go back to the first screen. Type in domestic violence. I just want to see what they have up, and then I promised somebody else I was going to do this, and I'm going to do the rest of all of this with just questions. Somebody else I said I'm going to do that. Can't remember who it was. All right, let's see what comes up. Let's press search. All right, come up. Let's see. Oh, no, you're going too fast. All right. Demonstration program on trauma informed. Oh, we have trauma informed training. Victim centered training for law enforcement, dating, violence, sexual assault. Come on, let's see. Come on up. Victims of direct. enhanced culturally specific services. Let me see this. That sounds fun. I see. Ooh, stalking program. $22 million. Top ceiling is 450. The least you can ask for is 400. That's a million. 400,000. It comes out in posted. Oh, it's late. It's past. I can't wait to see who got it. And how much they got. So once I saw cultural, it made me really think, because that mean I needed to build a program specifically to certain groups of people. So I like stuff like that, especially for people of color. So all right, Q&A. Was that helpful a little bit? All right, Q&A. But you really could open this year if you want ready to shoot. All questions. All right, go ahead. Um, that wouldn't be through the government. But let me look, because I don't usually have to look for production. Type in production. My immediate answer is no, but I have an answer another way for you for production. I had somebody in the um, art industry who needed. They might have needed like $500,000. I think it was, or a million. I can't remember how much money they needed. I can't remember how much it was. This wouldn't help them. Like, most grant money and stuff has to do with most U.S. funding has to do with really addressing issues. Now, if you had a program that was saying helping women find their place in life through production and through art, and you were turning them into actors, or you had a group of children that you were teaching arts, you can fund that. And say you needed equipment, where I'm going to get the money for equipment? I would buy the equipment that is necessary. I'm gonna give you a good example. This building originally, only reason I really worried about this situation, I said, oh, you know what? What's gonna pay all the bills in here? I'm gonna go ahead and open a program. I want to say little program for. I'm gonna do an after school program. I'm gonna focus on performing arts. And I ain't had no stage then. I was gonna do it. We're gonna do that later. I said I'm gonna do performing art. They're gonna learn how to play keyboards. I'll give you a few keyboards. They're gonna learn how to play drums. I'm gonna turn them into actors and singers, and they're gonna be dancers. I'm gonna let them swing. We're gonna do all this stuff. I'm gonna get. I already know that I'm gonna get the money from the state or the county. Then I would apply for this kind of stuff. That would say you could type in after school in that box. I would get me something. There's an after school grant. There's a few after school things, but there's a big one called the 21st Century Advantage Grant, and it's disgusting money, right? And so um, I would not be lying if I said these are the things that I need. These are the cameras that I need. These are the computers that I need. And they're like, you need all of this for little kids? Yes, right? And they usually don't bother you with education, kids, and materials. Now, that doesn't change that on Sunday, period, you get the point. That doesn't change that if we had a production, as long as I have done what I promised that I was going to do, and I did it, and I have the proof of it, that's the weekend. Now, what I'm not doing, I'm not selling it out. I'm not. Now, if somebody said, can we use your facility, and they wanted our stuff, sure, you can. We're going to charge you the rate for the facility. All right? So, I used to have this Jewish guy that used to work for me, and it was then that I learned how slick the other saints are, right? And I was like, y'all do what? Like, and it was just so, I couldn't believe it. Like, and so I'm not, what I am saying is that they're in business. You don't be a serpent, but you have to be a dove as wise as a serpent. And you have to, once again, all the equipment would have been paid for. All the stuff would have been done. Monday through Friday, I'm running my program. The kids are learning. I'm doing everything I said I would do. We do a conference. They like, where they get all these high quality cameras? My after school program. So you have to. So that would be the same concept. That no one's gonna necessarily just fund you to make money, unless you're a research student, stuff like that. You have to couple it with something that would make that a funder would care about, and they would care about women trying to find their place in life again, men coming out of a prison who have stories to tell, or you putting art on film or life on film. That stuff would get the money. So sometimes you got to couple your programs differently. Does it make sense? Are you seeing what I'm saying? All right. Oh, it's you, real estate. So one of the things I would say to you, really strong about real estate is, um, most in America, in the early 1900s, right? Yeah, early 1900s. If you wanted to be wealthy, it had to be through land or some type of natural resource, and it was another one. I can't remember what it is. But some of the families that are the richest in the family, like the Kennedys and the Rockefellers and all those people, they made their wealth off of. It's always going to be, if you really want to be a person of wealth, it's going to come through some type of natural resource or real estate. This is the honest truth. I'm not saying that nobody can't be make money off of um, makeup or production, but what I would say is the real money is in, let me buy a studio and let people come here and shoot their stuff, because now I have something that not only I can sell if I ever need to unload something, but I got something I can rent out and then I can make money out of here too. So real estate is always going to be, at the top of the list, and real estate doesn't always mean you got to go buy something for $700,000. People miss the little thing that just happened in Wilmington, and you can't do it now. Really, for real, they were trying to give, almost basically give nonprofit agencies blocks for like $1,000, and I didn't. It was unreal. I know it didn't even sound real. I didn't do it. And what they have done, there's a house on the riverfront. You know those houses on the riverfront, when across from Shop Right, near Shop Right. So those was like selling like for like 300 something thousand, whatever, whatever. Just 2 years ago or so, they were like, I saw one for like 395,000 maybe, and I knew somebody that lived in one too. Um, I looked at it the other day. It came up. I was looking at something, $1.1 million in Wilmington, across from ShopRite, 10 blocks from A Street and B Street. Can you didn't believe 1.1 million up the street from the Amtrak? Can you believe it? Real estate is so powerful that if I put up something over here that can make the money, I can prove, that's how comps come. I can prove that I can sell this for something greater. So that's how real estate really works. I know a pastor, her and her husband got a divorce. I'm here in Delaware. They got a divorce, but she is really, and I should introduce y'all to her one day. Um, some of y'all met her. She changed the market in Delaware by your house. Her and her husband used to be the pastors of that church near your house. And when they did their deal for the building, nothing sold or closed like that at the time. And so when they did it, and she had child care and all this stuff, it changed the market to the point that right across the street, up the block, that other school, they're asking for millions. That's because of that one lady. She turned the market. So that's how powerful real estate, this area right now, I know y'all can't see it now, and I'm gonna end talking on this and just go back to answer questions, but I'm going back to what I promised, so I can inspire you and Sister Yolanda or anybody else who's thinking about getting a real estate license. Don't play with it, because you don't just sell houses. You need to buy things too. Even if you buy something for $20,000, and don't try to do it by yourself. That's another thing, right? But um, real estate is so powerful. Like, if you really want to experience some materialized wealth, you can buy a house, flip it, and you can borrow from the potential proceeds on the house sometimes. That's how Other people do it. They don't. They're gonna borrow from the bank. They're not gonna go to their own account. They said I need $300,000. They go buy a house for $75,000. Put $100,000 into the house, stage it, and sell it for $600,000. They pay off the loan and they make their money. So you have to look at how do I how, so some of you want to get some, I don't want to call it it's not quick money. It's definitely not quick money, but you got to think about playing the long game of what do I have to sacrifice now so that I can be able to put a down payment on it or buy something else for 20,000 or 30,000, sell it for two. I know somebody who just sold something in Wilmington that they got for like dirt cheap. They sold it really good. They walked away with a nice penny. So you just gotta really be careful and make sure. Like, oh, I was gonna say about Elkton. I was gonna end. So Elkton market is about to shoot through the roof, and you may not see that. You're like this little town, ain't nobody worrying about it. The fact that you still see builders here building houses is an indicator. They just put this water park 20 minutes away, right? We was in prayer and we didn't know nothing about it. We were praying about all these businesses and all this stuff coming to Elkton. I didn't even see that right here behind Walmart, they're about to put this stadium right up on the off of 40. Did y'all know that? It's a whole stadium. They're about to put in like 500 new houses, townhouses. They're about to put restaurants back there. I think they're putting a hotel back there. And who coming to Elkton? Well, somebody clearly is coming to Elkton because, so what does that mean for the property value? So you may look now in Elkton and see something for $50,000. I'm going to grab this up because what I'm going to wait is for the investors. I lived in a house in New York in the Brownstone, and y'all know New York, Bedford Stuyvesant. When people were getting those, they weren't knowing money because a lot of black people came in and they would train. I was living in Bedford Stuyvesant during on one of the main little areas. I was on Bainbridge between Malcolm X and Putnam. I'm in the heat of it. I was 2 blocks from the A train, and I could get to all of the world just from the A train. I can walk up the street and go to the Chinese man, or I could go up the street and sit in a little cafe. I mean, I was in a mix of before they painted streets to get bike lanes. And I say that because you know how much the houses, there was a house up the street that was kind of beat up. They remember? What they sold it for like 800 something thousand. They were offering people $2 million to move in their house. We'll buy your house from you. In Bedford Stuyvesant, there are houses in Bedford Stuyvesant right now, $4 million. So when you see this kind of stuff happen, and I'm giving you a word, and mind you, this is wisdom. Some of you might need to think, how can I get with some serious? Don't get with people that are trying to play games. Get some serious investors. Don't. If you see people ain't playing, they playing around their own life and their own dreams. You don't play with them, don't fool up with them. But if you get some people that's like, listen, you got money, but you don't got time. I got time. Let's put it in an account. Let's form an LLC. Let's all be partners on this, and let's make the money. You got the time. I got the money. You got the know-how. Let your sweat equity be you work this like you put the equal amount. You got to work business sometimes like that. And, it's good to have other nationalities that you trust involved, and we'll split proceeds. Like, we'll wait to every quarter and split. We'll wait to every quarter, so you get a few quarters in a year. We made X amount of dollars. All right, we're only going to take out, we're not going to bankrupt our company. We'll only take this amount, and we'll split this so we can do what we want to do. So there's a lot of clever ways, a lot of really good ways to make money, but you're gonna have to give it your energy. You're gonna have to I'm exhausted a lot of times, or have been exhausted a lot of times, because behind the scenes, without a mic in my hand, all that kind of stuff. When I'm a consultant, they'll tell you. She went to Haiti with me. Ashley went to Haiti with me, and they were trying to offer me an award. What did I do? I said, I'm not going up there. There's hundreds of people, right? Am I making this up? And they were like, they was like, I don't do that. I ain't here for that. I'm here to work. I said, y'all go get the thing, bring my little award back. And I was grateful that they thought about me because I was surprised. But I'm here to work. I don't need no mic. I don't need nothing. Just write my check. Get me on this plane to get out of here before they kill this president. All right, come on, let's go. And then really, he died like the next day after we left. So I no for real. So I say that to say that in my line of work, I'm more like Olivia Pope. I don't need to be on screen. So, but in your line of what you're doing, you might need to be on screen. You like for your makeup and you might be your best client, right? For what you want to do for your catering business to the catering people in the room. Um, the big thing right now that is helping people who do food is you got to have content. The best thing you can do for yourself is cook and take videos and post them. That's it. Your food can taste horrible, but if it looks good on camera, no, I'm telling you, for real, for real, for real. You need to take videos making your juice. Like, if you want to bump your business right now, all you need is a camera. You don't even need good lighting. No. There's a guy on thing, Mama. What'd he say? Mama. I was thinking about that turkey wings you used to make. He done made him a logo that he got his cousin Bubba to do. And his likes and his views are on. The other guy, my grandmother used to make, and he sits on the side of his electric stove. He doesn't have no nice setup, and I'm pointing out those things not to play nobody because I got an electric stove too. But sometimes we think we need all this equipment to go to the next level. To y'all that in here that say that you do food, I wouldn't make another meal until well, you gotta make one tonight. But outside of today, I wouldn't make another meal because what and then do your voiceovers. Content is exhausting for me. So I know that I don't they get on me all the time. They say, Duke, and I got a lot of content on my phone. When I went to Jamaica, they rebuked me, Vaughn. Oh, is he just get content, get I say it'd be exhausting. I don't care. But I'm learning to do it because there's things that they want to do that I'm trying to cooperate. But next time you make your juices, this is the flavor of the month. This is the most ordered drink. I mean, don't lie. I mean, I hope it's a bit later. Even if you sold six and everything was only one, that was the most, right? And let people see you wash the fruit because everybody's big on cleanliness. And if you got nail, because you have nails, I put gloves on because they judge people that touch things with nails. Like you got to take the little cues. You have nails, so don't let them see it. You got dreads, tie your dreads up, put it in. I'm trying to show you the things that people, when you get the negative talking, put your thing, and you say, I know I'm in my kitchen cooking by myself. But you ever went to that restaurant and they had a piece of hair in your food and it was good? You create people just off of the fact that you're clean. Is it making sense? Is it, like anybody in here? So I want to push you tonight to do that political stuff. Like, what's your nonprofit? You put your hand up for your nonprofit, right? Okay, go ahead. And they want to. This is one of the biggest times in the last probably 15 years, 20 years that younger people have been voting and getting involved. Did y'all know that in the last 20 years? Did you know that that was a real thing? And so um, there's engagement events you can host. There are because you have friends in politics. I would have a speaker night. I would have a little cocktail party. Meet your local politician. You ain't got to pay them. We're gonna put like $150 out. And then you don't have to always pay for that. If you do it as a nonprofit, you get Chick-fil-A and one of them to fund your event for you for the night, and you may even get the person who's coming to speak because they have discretionary funding. They might even pay for the night for the food. Put some chips out, but to do it on college campuses, so then you have to pay for space. You can do a lot of things for free. It's just a matter of navigating how you do it. But I want you to also build that 1 to 5 year. Where do I want to be? I want to leave my job. I want to run for Senate. I want to run this. But let my what I've done for the community before I got there, let that be the thing that I do. All right, a few more minutes. Any questions? Any question? Go ahead. Sorry. Okay. Okay. you'd make so much money immediately. Would he make money immediately? It's a big thing. They're having issues with reentry placement. And one of the challenges, I'm gonna tell you a population nobody wants to touch that I'm gonna find a way to touch it is sexual offenders. And if I can find me a farm somewhere or some land that's near nothing, I can build me a nice campus and let them drive out or ride out to places, so they can be far enough from stuff, and then make it feel like a resort more than an institution, so that I help them to come out of the institutional thinking, right? And that, it's not a prison. I would be very clear. This is your home. But unfortunately, because of your past, you're going to have to learn how to live differently, but still be successful. So I'm telling you, like I just said to this beautiful woman of God, anything around housing people, especially people with the groups of people that you're talking about, you're gonna make you're gonna, and I'm just being honest, you're gonna make deep money. When I say deep money, you probably can clear, no, not clear. Your revenue for your first year probably can be somewhere between 600 to maybe $800,000 a year, just for the first year. Like if you open now and did your first year, I could probably get you to like $600,000 to $800,000 in your first year. You may clear after everything is paid. After everything's paid, you're paid, everybody's paid, maybe 250,000. That's year one, and that will be changed upon the capacity of the program. And that's like base money. That ain't even like being brilliant. That's like basic program. All right. I'll come back. Somebody else, Evangelist Davis. Y'all get your questions. Come on, y'all. I'm doing my state money. For, no, you would go to your own state. So for state funding, you would go to whatever your state is .gov, and then some states break it up where you have to go to each department you need. But then you have some states that put everything in one place, which usually require another registration, which usually requires you to get their bids and know their RFPs and all of that stuff. So it just all depends on state. What I can do, if you remind me when we do this again, that I can pull up some state, because every at that point people would have had their reciprocals ready. I'm learning not to talk so much about those things now, because I think I overfeed people. That's what Pastor Dwayne told me, and then people get scared, excited, and scared at the same time, and then they don't do anything. So I'm just trying to piecemeal, like kind of portion it well. Let's get everybody get their paperwork done. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about the possibilities around what you're doing. And then from so yeah, let me stop with that. Question. Give me some more. Give me like 10 more questions. Go ahead. That's for every kind of business except for sole proprietorship. Yeah, I think. I know that I'm sure about the first part, because sole proprietorships run off of your own social. So say a sole proprietorship wouldn't be able to do that because they need an EIN number. So that's why I'm saying that. Unless they found a way now to dupe people into it. But yeah, good question. Yes and yes. Go ahead. So I wouldn't tell you to do that. I would tell you absolutely don't do that. I'm gonna tell you. I would say be a daycare that offers some type of after hour cares and an extension program. And huh? I, I wouldn't touch it unless that was your passion, like what they're talking about. If that's your passion, okay. If that's your passion, then I would say yes. But I wouldn't open it just for only that. I would want to, because you're not going to experience any. And hear me. Y'all gonna always see me go to this. You know why? Because your business needs. You want to get paid. No, nobody want to get paid, right? You want to get paid. You want money. You want to go on trips. You want to pay your bills. So in order for it to successfully really work, I like to hear people ideas, but I like to also say to, like I said to her, ain't nobody giving you no money for that like that. I'm saying to you, ain't nobody giving you no money for that like that. That would be something you can do, and just say, leave your baby with me. But when did it turns into a business? It's like, how do I make this business work? So it's a great idea, but I would let it be a child care center, and then through my child care center, I will offer extended hours, or I will offer um, twice a month. These are our break days. These are days that if you need a break, parents, Saturdays, I offer 2 Saturdays a month where you can have your day to yourself. I do 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock. Well, you don't have to do it because you would have employees. You would be a business. That's the difference between being a babysitting company and an actual business. Does that make sense? Okay. Um, Tria had her hand up.
All right, come
Go
on.
ahead.
They gave me a mic. All right. Uh, thank you, Bishop, for doing this.
You're
So,
welcome.
this is regarding my fashion business. So, I've had a lot of people that have reached out to me, like, "Oh, I want you to style me. I want you to style me," but they'll never actually like go through with like
Follow through.
follow through with booking me or actually requesting me to style them. So, is there any way that I can boost that? I've had
Yep.
a few clients. I've definitely had clients. But I want to see my numbers increase.
All right. I'm gonna tell you what to do, but it's gonna be hard to probably do it. No, it's easy, but it's gonna probably be hard. Like what I just told her and him, that's easy to do, but it's hard because they gotta actually post the camera up. I don't want them to hate cooking, but if they want to boost their catering stuff, because when people start saying it looks good, that's enough to say I'm doing a tasting. They put the flyer on doing a tasting, $20 a head. Only got room for 30 people. Same thing with you. Is you're not visible enough. That's one, and you're too easy access. Fashion and makeup and a few other in music are industries where the more exclusive you are, people want you more, right? It's the opposite. Like fashion's about optics. Think about it as art. So like you were just with President Biden and you had on something really like cool. Um, and so right because we had little puffy shoulders. Right? So that was a day that I would have posted the look styling with the president. I would have turned it into a thing. I probably would even saved it. I'd put up all the other pictures and then put that one because once again, you can be bold and beautiful no matter where you are. I would have worked. I mean, I would have worked it because now and then like me, I'm corny. I don't know how to post things for real. Not like someone would do it better than me. My corny is funny to some people, but I know that I want to engage people past me and my understanding. So I need to get someone 25 or 30 or someone with a degree to do that because they know the times to post, when to post, who I need to. They know the analytics that I only know because some of it because of what I do, but that is not my forte. So I would have shot that picture and I would have sent it to Jalen, and I would have probably I would have probably taken another picture and I would have styled it like I am a diva. I would have done that and been like, who's ready to be styled? I would have went live that day. And be like, let me tell you where my fit come from. I would have got dressed that day in front of the camera, knowing I was gonna wear it. And I would have did and I don't do my media, but I just get how it works. I would have took a video of it, me getting dressed, and like, yeah, and tonight I got an event with the president, and then it would have been post that, but I would have put no pictures up, And then at the end of it, I would have put up the picture with the president. Style for greatness. So I think it's just because once again now, you with the president, he ain't asked you to do his suit, but it's just the fact that you were in the room. So sometimes we don't always manage our opportunities and our rooms very well. So you can probably you would have killed. In consultancy, people will call you and ask you a billion questions and don't get no money. Like for me, I'm at $375 an hour. You want to talk to me for an hour? I give little discounts here and there. Some days it's 350, and it just depends how I feel that day. Like that was something, right? Take off $25. No, but for real, if I $350, 300, it just depends how I feel that day. But then I have days where I may be generous and say, just give me 250. Let me hear you, dear. I got a call this week for something that I really want to do, and they were prepared to pay me. And I said, no, don't pay me. I said, no, keep your money. They was like, no, we want to da 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 da. And I said, no, don't pay me because my goal is that when we get done with this conversation, we're moving forward in business. I was clear up front. And so, but then there are people who do that and have paid me, and they walked away and did nothing. What I learned, I can't let people waste my time. Now in fashion, you can't do that yet. I have a friend, Danielle Mar, a colleague. She's more a colleague than a friend. She's a celebrity stylist. I can introduce you to her. And I told you about the other thing that we didn't finish yet. I'm waiting for some things with him to calm down so I can make that contact. But that's not because of me, all right? But she's a celebrity. Look her up, Danielle Marshall. She styled a client for me for something. And I said, "Oh, I need you, Danielle." And she came to do it for me. She drove and everything. She did a closet walkthrough. So I think do you have like a module that like like when you call me, I talk to you for 20 minutes, and if you really, I wouldn't do no closet walkthroughs online. I did it on Zoom with her, me, her, and the client, and then I was on the air. And remember that? Remember that? And I did it all online. I think she went in person for me, and I watched some of it. I didn't want to see everything, but I seen enough to be able to see what I needed to see, and I think I hung up. But I wouldn't get to that level until somebody gave me a deposit. So you gotta like create your module or your pattern to make them come back. But you have enough clout and circles. You should never, if you know you're going to a big event, you should never post the pictures until you got a video to go with it to show where you were. You work with kids, you travel a lot for work. We should be watching you pack your clothes. You could be telling ladies this is the wrong bra. If you're wearing this with this and this and this is the right bra. Women need that. Y'all wearing the wrong girdle, ladies. You can't wear Spanx for everything. Sometimes that's just you sitting in front of a camera. Tip of the week. I done built out a business for you. I didn't need you some money. Do y'all see it? But those are the ways to you. It's just that once people are watching people sit on toilets, poop, and getting likes. So it's unfortunately this is a starve, crave, let me know into your world environment right now. And if they feel like they're getting a moment to see into your world, you're gonna make sales. And that's where I'm failing because I don't care. And they be like, "Ooh, let you walk into the church like all the other pastors." Where I'm going from the parking lot to the white door. Over here, who I'm walking to? They walking down hallways. So y'all want me to walk from the car through the little door? Where I'm going. But I understand the concept of what's being done, and so I'm trying to learn the respect for it, okay? All right, just 5 or 6 more minutes. Go ahead. Is this helpful? Is me talking to other people helping other people at the same time? Okay, good. Just a few more minutes, y'all.
Do you think it's more beneficial to open a learning center as opposed to a childcare center?
They're basically the same thing. It's a play on words, and people may make it want to be sound like ooh, but one just trying to make kids more They probably focusing more on certain things in terms like STEM or education more than just being a babysitting center. That might be the difference. But the truth of the matter is, you can have a center and still offer STEM, early education, STEM, things of that nature. It's just a play on words. It's like the difference between being a church and a worship center. Is it a church? It's like that. I mean, it's the same thing. It's that kind of play on words. So yeah, that wouldn't change. There's a lot of money in childcare. The two centers that I'm opening up, one of the centers in a month, their monthly income is going to be, how much should I get them to? What's 8,000? What's 800 a month times 55? What's that? Huh? That's what their monthly gonna be. Something like that per month as an income. Yeah. And then the other center, I haven't found the building yet. But childcare, that's just base money. That ain't even being bright. That's just like let y'all drop your kids off. We're gonna feed them cookies and keep them alive until you come back and get them. No, that's what that is. That's not even trying to make them smart. That's real talk. Go ahead.
Would it would it would it be beneficial for her to label it a learning center because it has that appeal?
No, not necessarily, because the truth of the matter is people try to use the word academy and all that kind of stuff. And it could have an appeal, but the real appeal is when they walk through the door and they see who's sitting at the front desk. Are they chewing gum? Um, does this receptionist take pride in the center? Is her cleavage showing? Is all he doing showing his muscles? Or when they hit the door, the center, they had a polo shirt on with the center's name. Optics. If I'm in an area where I know, like if I would open a center in Wilmington now, I would have to have an Asian or a white person answer that phone, and they would have to be the first place. They would be the first person I want them to see. Owned by me, a black person. But I need a white person or an Asian person sitting at this desk so that I can just get rid of all the foolery just by who sat at this desk. And then they can wear what they want because it's okay for them to wear what they want. It's not okay for us to do that. So I have to, when I told you, sometimes you can't get caught up into the things that you would be offended by if you really want to make money. I'm telling you, if you really want to make money, you're going to have to get over your fences. You're going to have to know how to go into rooms and shut up. And so if you got to always feel like you got to defend yourself, you're going to have a hard time making money signing contracts. If you're always on the defense, you're going to have a hard time making real money. I'm telling you. Because people are going to try to play you. They're going to try to shut you down. And you have to always stay poised. And you have to always be kind. And even when people try to play you, the truth of the matter is I have a real estate shelf company that I ain't never touched yet. I ain't did nothing with it yet. I'm about to open some accounts for it because I'm listening to what I believe God is saying about some stuff. So I ain't got nothing underneath it. I ain't have no dollar in the account because I ain't opened them yet. But it's a shelf company. And so I'm looking for one of my white friends to do that with me or find me a new white friend. So because at some of the tables, I'm going to say, this your company. And they're going to laugh at me. I say, I need to use your privilege. Come on. If I go into a room and I want a building in a certain area, I'm going to tell my white friend up front, if you ain't got racial equity, I shouldn't be your white friend. I shouldn't be your black friend. I need to use your privilege today. I need you to go in that room, and I'm going to sit as your assistant and take notes. I'm going to hit them on their shoulders. You own Furlow Company for the next 2 hours. And we're going to sit there, and I'm going to let them look at me. Y'all laughing, but I'm trying to show you the kind of real stuff you got to do. And I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to take notes. And when they look over to me and say, da-da-da-da, and they say, well, let me go out the room and talk to him for a minute. We want to go talk. Let's make some phone calls. They're going to say, Jason, what you want to do? I'm going to say, but you better buy this building. Come on, go in there. And they will give them a better deal than me. So you gotta get, oh, this is my company. I put this on my back. Yo, they ain't gonna be sunning me. I ain't gonna be sun. Y'all keep your building, you mother. So you can't do that. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. So you got to deal with your temper and all that stuff. So as God is delivering you from stuff, it's not just about the sin of it, it's the miss of opportunity because of it. It's not I'm just not just setting you free to be set free. I'm setting you free so you don't get caught up when I put you at the door and you already in this room and you miss out. Not because I didn't put you there, you missed out because you didn't prepare yourself. And that's mostly why Israel got in trouble. Because God was like, I'm taking you to this land and get there, but you still got the ways of Egypt in you. I can't let you cross over. So I don't want to be that person. I don't want, so take your deliverances seriously, because the thing that you fighting now, I promise you, someone's going to try it in the business world, and you really will, even if you're afraid of like flying. You got to conquer that, and ask God to help you take little short flights places, and pray on the plane. Ask angels to help y'all and keep the plane up in the air. They got wings. Just pray through it, and get it. Part of me hates flying, but I know I need to get places, so I do it. So I'm saying all that to just lead us to land that a lot of you have. It sounds like a lot of really great businesses and a lot of great business ideas. We'll do this again in like another month or so, and I want to hear the progress. And I think you should keep each other encouraged, even in the church group. You don't have to put your registration number, and don't give people your EIN number. It's like having your Social Security. But just go ahead and be like, I got my stuff done. Encourage people. I got this finished. I got this, so that other people will be incited because I think one of the things that stops us all, of course, is money sometimes, but it's also the idea of who do I go to? So I'm here. I got you guys. So let's get it done. Somebody has a question? Oh, Makai, go ahead. And then we're done. Oh, I think he needs the mic. You want to get the mic?
So,
Let me see.
okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So after getting your real estate license and your LLC, what would be the best next option to do to stay on course?
In terms of,
Like just starting your business up and like, so would you want to jump straight into trying to get a house or again a land or anything like that?
I would, and this goes back to, you got to think about where you want to land in 5 years. You got to think about your whole,
I'm 18.
so you can get a real estate license. One of the things I would do if I were you is I would get me a strong mentor in both commercial and residential. Try to find, because you're gonna have to get right. You got to get. They require you to get a mentor, right? Deacon Shalando, they require you to get a mentor, right? Do they require you to work with another agency once you get your license? Yeah. That's what. But what do they call the person? It's like a mentor. So I would get me a strong mentor, that knows and try. I would get two. I would get one that's black and one that's something else, and so that you can get the different viewpoints. Does that make sense? We're gonna see the lens differently, through certain things, and that will be beneficial for you as a real estate agent to have both sides. So that's one of the things that I would do, and I would start from the bottom. Where do I really want to be when it's in 5 years? How do I want to live? What do I want to be? And the truth of the matter, some of you that don't have houses and homes, I'm gonna tell you a good secret, and I'm gonna leave you alone. You might want to consider not letting your first property be something to live in. You might want to make your first thing income producing, or two-family unit type of stuff, or mixed use, stores on the bottom, apartments on top, so that you can have so sometimes we're like, I want the American dream. I want a fence, but that fence you got to pay on your own, versus if you bought something that was multi-level and you was like, you know what, I can sleep another year or two here, or let me move in one of the apartments. but let me not ever have to pay the mortgage here. Does that? So I want you to start thinking like that. Not just you, but everybody. Don't be so quick to just go to trying to buy a house to live in. We're people of color, and I know that what they've taught us and said to us, but I want you to have money working for you when you're sleeping, right? I want you to, if I buy this, I'm still gonna have a mortgage of 2,500, but I got 2 other apartments in here I can rent out, right? Thank you. I hope this was helpful, everybody. I really do. Let me let you go home. I'm over time. I hope that those online, I'm sure they had questions. I'll go back later and I'll answer those. But this is a season of wealth. Everybody say it is a season of wealth. And tell them, neighbor, I'm going to touch and agree with you for mine and yours. Just touch and agree with them. Tell them you're going to get your money. You're going to have to work, but you're going to get your money. You're going to get it. You're going to have to work a little hard, but you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. Encourage them again. You're going to get it. 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 Father, take your people home safely and let them get their money, Lord. All our business owners, bless them in Jesus' name, amen. Go ahead and get, I thought they supposed to give, right? Y'all, come on. Get the, you can give whatever, just so, any kind of way, any kind of capacity, whatever it is, $5, 5,000, just go ahead and give. All right. That's a big gap, right? Go ahead and give something. Where's the new basket at? Where we put it? Yeah, let's get the pretty basket. Here, be like the Baptist church. Y'all want to come walk up to it, or y'all want her to bring it through the row? Huh? Cash App? They can send it to the church. You can send it. You said no? Oh, yeah. $ EC Church. And if you need Zelle, let me know. I'll give you the info. If you need me for conversations this week, just call Sister Alyssa. Let her know. And I gotta make sure that you're ready for what's coming. Okay. I want to make sure you're ready. Lord, bless your people for their giving.